Hi, my name is Jacob, and in this tutorial I wanted to show you how I created a AI assistant that works for the local plumbing businesses. It was implemented on a WordPress website, and its functionality is a knowledge base of the company, and it has some other custom personalized functionalities like free quotation, showing the work, or leaving the review. So let's just go through the demo. As you can see, this chatbot is opened automatically. So when someone goes to this website, it just opens up just like that. So it will introduce itself to the people who just see this small thing at the corner of the website, which is not very visible. No one exactly knows what it is, but it's much better when this chatbot is straight away open when someone opens the website. So let's just test that functionality of the knowledge base. Let's just ask him a question about, do you work in Liverpool and do you repair windows? And these are straightforward uh, answers. Anyone can answer that because obviously they don't repair windows. And as I said, this business is from London, but I just want to quickly test out how this knowledge base work for every single personalized question. So we currently provide plumbing and heating services primarily in London, but we do not cover Liverpool. Regarding window repairs, our services focus on plumbing and drainage work, so we don't handle window repairs. And it will always provide a contact number or requesting a quote, like a personalized quote in the chatbot. I prompted in a way so it will always introduce that next step, which is a call or a free quote. So, and it will always show these buttons. We will go through these buttons just right now. So that's basically how this knowledge base works. It knows everything about the website and it just answers, it just gives these personalized questions. Now let's go through this free quotation button. When the user presses that, it will start with a free quote. It will always ask about the issue you're facing as a first question. Let's say our boiler is broken, and then it will always ask for the email address as a primary and required source of contacting the client. And then it will go through 3 to 4 personalized questions about the problem. So let's say this is about the boiler, but it can be any problem related to plumbing and heating. Can be boiler, can be floor heating, can be some drainage. It will always ask some extra questions to find out what exactly is the problem. Because someone just says my boiler just broke, and then the plumber has to have to contact them again to ask for that, and just unnecessarily wasting time where AI assistant can do that for the plumber. So I'm sorry to hear about your boiler. It is not heating at all, or are there any strange noises? And also I prompted in a way that it will always ask for the postcode and phone number. So let's just say, so I just said, yeah, I hear strange noises coming when turning the boiler on. So, got it, is this an urgent issue or it can wait a bit? It also recognized that we didn't provide any additional postcode or phone numbers, so it is just asking that again. Let's say I need it done until the end of this week because I need hot water, and I provided my phone number and the postcode. It catched all that. Just to confirm, the boiler is leaking, or is it showing any error codes? Let's say error code 404. And now this is a summary. So you're reporting that your boiler is not working. It is making strange noises when turned on, and it's showing error code 404, etc., etc. It called the number, it called the postcode. Is that all correct? By pressing one of these buttons, we can either edit something or we can send it forward to the company. And message has been sent to the business. And now this message can be sent anywhere the business wants. For example, SMS, email, Google Sheet, whatever. For the test, I use the Google Sheet. So as you can see, I just opened the Google Sheet where it says, where it shows the structures, and it says client's request. The client reports that their boiler is not working, making strange noises when turned on, and displaying error code 404. This issue is urgent and it needs to be resolved by the end of the week blah blah blah, etc., etc. Contact information and phone number and the postcode. So it got all that information needed. That's amazing. Usually plumbing businesses offer a free quote, and it is a good way to catch the potential customer, but we can make it even better for the customer. It can be much more personalized. So now let's go through two other buttons, and that is show your work. So imagine your company, your business has some photos of your work somewhere on the website or Google reviews or somewhere trade.com website for specific business. And it's very hard to find these photos sometimes, but this chatbot can help with that because it's literally there. You can ask it to show the work and it just shows the work with the pictures. Alright, and the last one is leave the review. When we press that button, it will ask what type of review we want to leave. So let's say for example, I like their work, amazing and fast, and it tailored it to the business and to me. So DIA is fantastic business that delivers outstanding work in a timely manner. Their services are incredible and they consistently meet their clients' needs. The same way as in a free quotation, we can edit that by pressing no something else or yes, it sounds good. Let's go forward with that. And now it will provide some links. This is a Google review where the business is located and Yale.com where the business has some reviews as well already. I just pressed the Google review one and now it just took me straight away to the page where this window opens up, and I can just copy and paste that review and send them, for example, 5 stars if the service was amazing, and just post. So this is also very personalized and a very easy way for the client and the business to leave the review. So that's it basically. That's what I created. This is a chatbot that can work that is adjusted for plumbing businesses, but it can work for any other business. And so this is basically what I created, and I created it in a platform called VoiceFlow. As you can see right here, this is a knowledge base and all of their websites the business has. And I'll just quickly show you how the workflow works as well. So we have about 5 workflows for all these purposes. First one is the introduction. So for example,
okay, I just had to put my headphones on because my laptop is overheating sometimes and it makes a strange, really loud noise. So basically, as you can see in this chatbot, the whole conversation and the introduction will start in this first workflow where it goes to 3 or 4 different directions. And yeah, so basically it's just a simple introduction. Hello, I'm automated chat assistant. You can also speak in any language you want. What that means, it is not defined like, it doesn't work like that in this VoiceFlow platform. When you create a chatbot, it will do whatever you want it to do. But I created in a way that someone wants to speak like Italian, Hungarian, Polish, or Spanish, any other language, they can do it. So it is really nice for everyone from every country. And as you can see, as you remember in this chatbot, there was free quotation, show me your work, leave a review, and no match. No match, that means whatever that doesn't fit in these 3 buttons go into no match, and that is basically a knowledge base. So let's go through the 3, or maybe the knowledge base. So when someone asks, for example, do you work in Liverpool? This intent is getting sent to this workflow, and this is basically asking a question, looking in the knowledge base, and then creating an answer, all with AI. So what do I mean by that? Is when the question is asked right here, like for example, do you work in Liverpool? Then this block creates a even better question that has about 2 or 3 sentences. So it will be just better if we do that because the answer from the knowledge base will be better as well. So with this long prompt, it's just is just creating a long and structured proper question. And maybe do you work in Liverpool? Maybe that's not the best example, but if there is something a little bit more complicated, it will adjust that question to have a better response. Now this high level question goes into the block where uh, the data is searched in a knowledge base with something called chunks. So let's say the question was optimized, it was asked in a better way using that block, and it goes to another block about search knowledge base. The program goes into the knowledge base and it looks for specific answer. The answer it looks for are in a separate chunks, which is a part blocks of text from the knowledge base, and the program matches the question to the chunk. How relatable is the chunk? So as you can see in settings, I set the limit of 10, which is quite a lot of chunks, quite a lot, and that means a lot of token used. But I used GPT-4o mini model, which is very, very cheap. And because of it, I can just return a lot of chunks. There is something called no found path, and that means if all of these chunks don't meet the criteria, and that means if the question is not relatable to the business, for example, yeah, so it will basically ask, could you specify your question, or could you ask another question, because I don't really have the answer to that. But if it has the answer, it will go and create a message. And there is another really long prompt that says your AI automated support bot helping customer with their question and follow these guidelines. There is a component also called reduce hallucinations. My program will go through this block to verify if the answer it gives is correct or not, because sometimes AI can make mistakes, and this will just reduce these mistakes called hallucinations. So when the answer is created based on the question and knowledge base, it will be just returned in a variable called KB response. And the last thing is just a button section, button block, where it will show again the same things about requests, um, about the free quotation, a work section, and review button. It also has this variable called no match where it will listen to another questions from the user. So I know I didn't explain everything step by step how to exactly do it. In the link below, I'll provide a really, really good tutorial from VoiceFlow how they did how they created this knowledge base retrieval. It's a very nice tutorial, so please follow it. I just wanted to show you how I created it in my own example. So let's go to the workflow called Leave the Review. This is much, much easier. It is very, very straightforward. So first of all, it is checking what type of language customer or a user have. So when we don't ask any questions and we go through the button straight away, free quotation, it will ask what type of language do you speak? Because we don't have a chance yet to start speaking in our own language. When we press the button, the program will think that we're speaking English, but it's not true. If we want to speak another language, uh, it will always ask after pressing this button. So what type of language do you speak? And let's say Polish, or I can say po polsku, and it will continue the conversation with Polish language. All right, so that's about determine language. It uses the prompt as well, saving that data in a JSON format in a variable, and it goes forward. This is very straightforward block. Tell me something about your experience with the company, but it is a AI block, so it will always respond in the language that user wants. And then, as you remember in the demo, here is your tailored review, and it just creates the review using AI and prompts as well. And it returns that AI review. Here is a yes variable and no variable where we can personalize this message, or we can move forward, and it gives the and it gives the block of respond with the short phrase. Great. Here is your sorry. Here is your Google review link. Just paste and review things that I created for you, and thank you. It provides the blocks for the business that is on Google or on Yale. And the same way it works when we recreate the message, where we go to, no, I want something else, and then we start recreating the message, then AI will adjust that message, and it will provide a link straight away as well. And now here's a quotation block. So as you see, also, it will determine the language first. If it doesn't know what type of language we are speaking, it will ask what type of language is that. So I forgot about it actually, but I set up a client problem function. So imagine there's someone has a plumbing problem and it asks something about the knowledge base. Do you guys repair boilers? And how much would that be to repair the broken boiler that is not warming the heating water? It all is a knowledge base questions and answers, but with all of that, the AI try to understand the whole problem customer has, and it will save the problem in a client's problem variable. Here is a if statement. If there is a client problem already, it will go through taking the email from the user. But if he doesn't know the problem yet, it will ask that throughout these blocks, and it will save that to the client's problem. Let's just say that the assistant knows something about the problem already. It will go through the block called gather email. Let's open that gather email block. This block is a template made by Umbral. He makes really, really good uh, videos about AI chatbots and assistants, and I highly recommend you to go to his YouTube channel. I'll post it in the description below. So he created the template, and because of it, AI tried to determine if the email is valid or not. So let's say I just put my email, kuba.mika16 without at gmail.com. It will go through JavaScript code where it knows some patterns, how the email should look like. There should be a at, there should be something like gmail.com. There shouldn't be any spaces, any obvious things that email should have. And then it has a if else block. Either it passes the obvious checks or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, there will be just a loop to make that proper email again. If it passes these obvious basic checks, then what Umbral created was a validation about if that email is actually real or not. So imagine there is a special database on the internet that knows most of the emails existing, and we just have to connect to that database with a couple of blocks and API call, and we pass that email user provided in a chatbot, and then it returns the message if that email is actually real or not. For the purpose of my video, I turned this function off. I'll provide you the YouTube video of this guy Umbral who created this validator, and he shows step by step how to do it. Only minus in this whole purpose is, unfortunately, it costs money. I think per validation or a monthly subscription, something like that. You have to check it out. So if it passes all the checks, there is a green block that just basically goes forward in the workflow. And that's the way it goes from gather email to the block where it asks clarifying questions. Let's quickly go through this clarifying question thing. And there's an if statement if there is number of clarifying questions, 1, 2, or 3. If this number hits 3, then it will just break that loop. So that block has the most important prompt where it has some requirements. For example, analyze full conversation, identify key ambiguities, construct a brief natural follow-up question about that personalized specific problem, encourage the user, etc., etc., right? And there are some variables like chunks from this whole knowledge base, language we are speaking, user question, or the memory. And now there's that clarifying question, and it will loop itself until the question and answer reaches number 3 or something like that. We can always change it. So when we have these personalized questions, it will craft the response to the user. Again, it has the knowledge of the whole conversation, of the knowledge base, of the last of all of these personalized questions, etc. And because of it, as the prompt says, it will summarize the client's problem based on the conversation stored in conversation history. It works very, very well, and it just summarizes everything. And then obviously my go-to thing is the yes and no variables, which is yes, I like this response, no, I don't really like it. And then there is this simple message. Message has been sent to your business. This part is very important because this is a HTTP hook that sends all the data, all the variables we want to the Google Sheets by this link. What I mean by that is when the program have all the data, all the variables, when it goes through this part, using the hook, using the link, it goes to my Google Sheet and it returns that data just right here. Okay, and the easiest workflow in this program is that work. So first, here's some work, some cards. Cards are very easy to set up, so we can just post some pictures, and this blog about personalized free quote or contacting the company. So that's basically what I created. This is a whole program. It's not the smallest thing, it's not the smallest chatbot. It is a very intuitive chatbot as well. And I really like it. I'm sure it will help a lot of businesses. With a couple tweaks, it can help many different businesses from different industries. So if you're interested in something like that, just please let me know. If you have any specific questions about this chatbot, let me know in a comment. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.